out of my seat.
Hi, I'm Phil.
And I'm John.
This is Pretty Good Cooking. Oh yeah, we got a live studio audience. Today we're here to answer your questions with answers. We're the A of the Q&A. It took us a while, but here we are. Without further ado, let's get right to it.
All right, our first question comes from John G. What motivates you to cook for us viewers?
I have to cook in order to feed myself because Courtney can't do it.
It's true!
Our next one comes from James Ryrie. What's all of your favorite beer, spirit, wines? This question was also requested by Bag of Suck and Oak Fighter.
It's bourbon, any bourbon.
I like rum.
I like Pilsners for beer, and Irish whiskey is probably my favorite liquor. I am also a big fan of gin.
I like tequila sunrises because I like fruit drinks, and I don't like beer very much. But I do like hard cider. Hard cider is pretty good.
I'm Rain.
Hi.
And since Phil's since Phil's wedding, it's absolutely been martinis. Gin all the way.
How many martinis have you had?
Only 2.
Since my wedding.
Oh. Probably 25.
I drink wine. Me too.
Man, that was informative.
The next question is from Oak Fighter 15. He wants to know, lots of recipes ask for the use of a Kevin. Where can I find and purchase one of these Kevins?
Kevin is a good buddy, and you can't put a price on that. So good luck.
No, but where can you find one?
Up your butt around the corner! Not my butt though.
What is your favorite fast food? Asks Sean McDermott.
If I'm gonna answer, like, okay, so like it's like a 3-way tie, but for different reasons. If it's like food that is fast and won't make me feel completely like ass, it's Wendy's.
I said it.
Yeah, right. If it's like a guilty pleasure, it's Taco Bell. And if it's completely self-loathing, it's Rallies or Checkers.
Trifecta, we got it.
Yeah, you know how it is.
For me, just by quantity, the amount of times that I go there would probably be Taco Bell. Mr. Baggins in Condra's Kitchen wants to know how everyone is friends.
I feel like that deserves its own episode, where like
That would be a very long story.
where like I like draw like with strings on a wall or something. I hope to do like a Pepe Sylvia type. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, this one's from Asher Stevenson, John Kirkham, and also Kitane. What recipe is your white whale? / what recipe will you not make under any circumstances, or you've wanted to do but just can't bring yourself to do it?
So like most obvious answer is beef Wellington. Yeah, but we said we're gonna do it and we are. And like we teased in a recent promo, Kevin and I are working on a special script for that. So we're gonna pull an Ahab, we're gonna get the white whale. Also, like olive baking and most desserts, I don't really f with that, but I'm trying to. Will's our resident baker.
Next one is from Popcrim and also Cheesecake, wanting to know where we live.
Central Ohio.
It's still Ohio.
Yeah.
So the next part of Popcrim's question is, what's our current recording and video editing setup?
I have no idea.
The video editing software is still the same, still using Sony Vegas. We did upgrade the camera though. Now we're using a Canon 70D. I'll put a photo here so you can see what that looks like. And then we're just using a cheap Chinese shotgun mic that gets the job done all right for now. Next one is from Victoria James. She says that she's seen something about us playing League of Legends, and she wants to know who our favorite champions are. As far as how much I play champions, I would have to say Sona's probably my go-to. So that'd be that for me.
I've been playing a lot of Warwick lately, and a little bit of lotion, and also singed.
You're next.
Singed, Pantheon, Maokai. If I'm playing fives, I like to play Jaina, support.
Toot, 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 toot.
I like playing Echo
Ding, 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 ding.
because I can press R and just undo every single mistake that I've made within the last 1.4 seconds. Phil knows I make a lot of mistakes.
It's true. Brains and bronze.
Jonathan Edward 2010 wants to know if you use real butter or margarine.
I use regular butter, and sometimes I use butter blended with other oils to spread on toast. Makes it more spreadable.
Tommy Todd wants to know, out of the things that you've made, what was the biggest letdown?
What sticks out most in my mind are falafel, because that was f***ing awful. Because like it just ended up being like a husk of a falafel with no filling. And then also the vegan beer cheese. That was like molten. It was terrible.
It was bad.
It was so bad. I'm not trying to be mean, but you know, they all have something in common.
Yes.
We love Marlena.
Next one is from Flow Motion. He asks, isn't Ohio the best place?
Yes.
No. Rachel Heath wants to know, who has to clean up the massive mess you always make?
Me. Always me. And once in a while, Rain, actually.
He does it.
It's true. Courtney doesn't do any of it.
Now, here's a good one from Slappy Joe. Is there ever a time when you guys are really on each other's nerves? Because he says he can barely be with himself when he's cooking. When there's another person, he can get grouchy. If there were 3 people touching him and f***ing around, he'd probably leave the home for a few hours. Even with drinks, he doesn't think he could find any chill. So he wants to know, how do you guys manage? It looks like pretty tight quarters too.
Yeah, so where I live now, it's like a much smaller kitchen. So it basically, there's a formula, which is the more people involved with a show, the more angry I get. And I totally can relate, and basically the way I deal with it is by drinking a lot and hoping for the best. But like 500% agree, like it gets shitty. We just like try to edit that out because it's not that funny.
This is a 2-part question for everyone, asked by Dick King. Who is your daddy and what does he do?
My dad is, he's a VP of something for a non-profit. He's a really nice guy. And like basically his whole life is like dedicated to helping other people.
My dad's a great guy and he's retired.
My dad's name is also Will, but he goes by Bill, and he's a chiropractor.
My dad's an alien.
My dad is also retired. He is currently building a mini house.
My dad's in sales.
Geppetto wants to know, who is your favorite son, Iggy or the other one? My favorite is Iggy.
Okay, so listen. I love both of my dog sons very much. And it is not easy to choose between them, and I'm glad that I don't have to. But basically, everyone in the whole group is going to say that their favorite dog is Iggy rather than Vinny. Here's how I feel about it. Iggy came first, and he's a good dog some of the time, and he's very intelligent. But when he's being bad, which is a lot of the time, you know that it's like him being an asshole, right? Like he has the wherewithal to know that he's being bad. Vinny, on the other hand, just doesn't have 2 brain cells to rub together. So like when he's being bad, it's just a product of the state of his being. And so in that way, Vinny is my favorite because he's a little bit cuter and I get less angry at him for being bad. Vinny is a dumb dog, a deformed dog in a world that he could not survive in without us. Whereas Iggy would probably do okay. Oh, here comes Vinny. Here he comes.
My child.
Listen, you listen to me. Not a lot of people on this world would give a shit about a dog like Vinny. And in fact, a lot of people don't like him because he typically meets people by humping them. But he's really sweet. He's a really good dog. He shits in the house a lot too, though. That's a problem. Iggy's good too, though. I love them both. Okay, well, I will tell you how Iggy saved my life. It was winter time, and there was a fresh coat of snow, and I was letting the dogs out to the poop pen, which we're sitting right next to. It's full of poop. It's chain link. I let them out there, and much to my surprise, a young buck deer came running through our backyard. And like, we don't live in the middle of nowhere. Like, it was very surprising. Anyways, it started to charge me. I was scared for my life. I was kind of like a deer in the deer charge path headlights. And then Iggy barked a lot, and as soon as the deer noticed that Iggy was barking, he ran the other way. That's how Iggy saved my life, I guess. But also I saved Iggy's life by adopting him. And he's a good boy.
Iggy is my godson.
Dogson.
Dogson. God dog. He's a noble individual who does the best he can given his circumstances, which is that he's a weird dog.
That's true.
One time I almost accidentally killed him with chocolate chip cookies.
They were made by your mom. And then we adopted Vinny. I love them both.
Now we have another two-part question from Scott Alcoin. Says that his friend Jen, who is too shy to ask anything, wants to know, 1, where is Mike, and was he killed by the Reaper Chili?
Mike is just kind of a busy guy. He's still alive though.
And the next part of that question is, because I'm nosy, are Marlena and Kevin dating?
Let me just get up and let someone else address that question.
Absolutely not.
I got my eye on you, Marlena.
This next question is for Courtney. Hayden wants to know, Courtney, do you cook with or for Phil, or is he the primary chef in the house?
It's pretty rare that I ever cook for Phil. Sometimes I cook with him. Mostly just cooks for me. He's the primary chef.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel great.
Conderla's Kitchen wants to know how many of you are or were chefs.
I was a cook. So was Mike. So was Cam. Neither of them are here right now.
Cam still is one.
Yeah, Cam still is. Kevin.
Will be for life. He's a lifer.
Yeah, Cam's a lifer. Kevin has worked in restaurants.
Milk Dud Nips wants to know, what's your favorite grocery store and why is it Kroger?
It's Kroger, because it's close, and it's cheap, and it's convenient.
Next one is from RemJobby61. Says, excuse me Marlena, but we need some more vegan recipes from you. Will you be coming back anytime soon?
No.
Marlena, we try to get her on the show when we can. I'm like not trying to be rude or critical or anything. No, she just like isn't that into cooking. So like she's not gonna have a billion recipes to share. Like a lot of times when we do vegan stuff, it's like me and Marlena trying to figure out how to do it. So that's why it doesn't always work out most of the time.
Stephen Easton wants to know, how's it going?
Good.
Pretty good. Quipmonk says, I don't care much for Mike. Would it be possible to kill him off somehow?
I mean, like de facto, he hasn't been on the show in a while, so
He might as well be dead.
We can actually kill him.
Clary Coloco wants to know, what are your favorite cooking shows?
I really like Village Food Factory. Daddy's the best. He's like some Indian dude with 2 thumbs, and it has the same recipe for everything, which is like cook everything in a great big pot with spices.
I second Village Food Factory and would like to say that Daddy actually has 3 thumbs.
3 thumbs, yeah. Yeah, I like the Great British Bake Off or cooking show or whatever it's called, baking show. Is Kenji Alt Lopez, is that Serious Eats? I think. I use his recipes a lot. He's just a guy. But generally speaking, I don't watch a lot of YouTube shows.
This show is my favorite cooking show because I don't watch any others.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that.
Johnny4727 wants to know, what you doing with all that sweet YouTube money?
We periodically release episodes that say what we bought with it. Basically, we just buy stuff to cook with, as we have documented.
He also wants to know what our goal is for this channel. To entertain viewers like you.
Yeah, like, I feel like the goal is just, like, keep on keeping on. Like, if we can just keep making shows, that's the goal. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's not easy.
C-Clamp wants to know how many love triangles have existed in the PGC.
0.
This one is from and XX or the second, they want to know, in a Phil versus Bagels McVegan arm wrestling match, who would win? Here's what Marlena had to say about that.
Okay, have you guys seen that episode of Futurama where Leela goes to Mars because everyone thinks that Earth is gonna blow up, and then it's actually Mars that's gonna blow up, and Mars goes rotating by Earth, and Fry tries to save Leela by grabbing her arm, but then they accidentally just rip each other's arms off? That's what would happen.
And now, here's Phil's opinion on the matter.
Dude, I would f***ing break her vegan ass arm. I would snap it right off. That's no contest. I also was willing to do it and she didn't want to do it. So I think that speaks volumes.
James K congratulated us on our milestones and has also been watching since the garlic bread video. So thank you.
That was really early.
Yeah, thank you for sticking around with us. We're happy and thank you for the congratulations. But James K also wants to know, what's your favorite series on Netflix?
Probably one of the Star Treks. I would say Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Probably my favorite, although Futurama's up there. The X-Files when it was there, but now it's not.
It's not?
Yeah, I think I got rid of it. Yeah, those.
My favorite show on Netflix right now is probably Last Kingdom.
Yes.
If you haven't heard of it, it's similar to Vikings, but way better. If you disagree with me, then I disagree with you.
Yes! But Last Kingdom is a really good show. It's like not non-fiction, but it's very historically accurate about Vikings.
So it's fictional, but not that fictional.
Right.
Like historical fiction.
The main character is not a real person, but the events in which he is involved are real events that involve real people and are very, I think, accurately depicted. Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, I like Bob's Burgers. They removed a bunch of that too.
Yeah, those are like 2 seasons.
Bob's Burgers was so good. I relate to Bob a lot.
Gene.
Yeah, I can see that.
Gene.
Bye. Next one's from Church Warden Chap. What do you think when you look back at your early episodes?
I was typically more drunk then, and also the video camera stuff is a lot better now. It was so dark back then.
Yeah, I think about how far we've come from those early days of being not that great. Now we're a little bit better.
I'd like to say that all the shows we've done has made my ability to like make speeches and or improvise a lot better. So like in both work and school, like for most presentations, I can just like rattle off things a lot better than I used to be able to. And everyone's like, wow, you're such a natural speaker. And I'm like, well, there are hundreds of hours of me on the internet.
This one is kind of for everyone, but comes from Sam Henninger. Who has the highest tolerance for spicy food? Follow up, is there video evidence to prove it?
I would say that it's probably Mike.
Well, there have been multiple ideas thrown around, whether doing like some sort of hot pepper challenge, and Mike has expressed interest in doing some sort of like hot pepper cooking weekend event. So sometime in the future you could probably look forward to some sort of documentation of this presumption that Mike truly has the highest tolerance of us all, but
He definitely used to.
so that's where we're weighing in on that currently. I'm Hella Hungry wants to know if we play any other games together besides League of Legends. Overwatch, Counter-Strike, Club Penguin.
Vermintide!
I can't see your head.
It's a really great game. It's like Left 4 Dead, but you kill Ratman.
What could be better?
Yeah, there's nothing better in life.
Next one is from Mr. Nobanu. They want to know when you're going to release your cookbook.
Probably after I write it.
Next one is
I
from...
saw you squeeze Kevin's butt. I seen it.
Next one's
You
from...
got a big handful of nothing.
iMonk5 wants to know what music you're into, Phil.
That pancake butt.
What music you're into, Phil.
My butt's definitely bigger than Kevin's.
iMonk5 wants to know what music you're into, Phil.
Look at that pancake butt. I like jazz, classical, electronica, minimalism, black metal, heavy metal, video game music, bossa nova, retro wave, elevator music, pipe organ music, and other musics.
The Dominitri wants to know, knife or bat?
Knife.
Logan Robinson says, first things first, Phil, you're the f***ing man. And he also wants to know who the sketchy waiter in our eggs video was, because that dude was mad shady. It was me, you jerk! I think you know.
That's a lie.
I'm wearing the same hoodie.
It was some guy we found on the street.
Daniel Marshall wants to know if robots can love.
Not yet.
Christopher Medina wants to know how you make blueberry pie.
Well, you cook down blueberries and sugar and probably a little butter, and then you dump it in a crust and you put it in the oven. That's how you do it.
Beatrix Kiddo wants to know if you had to eat one thing for the rest of your life and only that one thing, what would it be?
Probably pho.
Also, will you make Southern fried chicken?
Yeah, we're gonna do a fried chicken episode.
She says thanks and she loves the show.
Oh, that's nice.
FRST wants to know what are y'all's favorite YouTube channels aside from PGC?
So I already mentioned Village Food Factory. I'm also a fan of GMC Faux Show. I met that guy at one of his like 3 or 4 live performances ever. I don't know how the f that happened. I also like Frank Howarth. It's like some guy who does woodworking. He's really cool. And I also like Dank Memes.
I like Video Game Donkey.
Really?
Yeah. I like Bro Science Life as well.
Oh, he's obnoxious too.
I like Digital Rev TV when they still had Kai on there, but now that Kai's not there, I like Kai's individual channel.
Cheers, Kitchen.
Chris B wants to know if we've ever considered making giant food, and if so, what?
We do. We kind of have, I feel. Like the Mexican torta we made was like enough for like 6 people. I don't know. I feel like the acquisition of outdoor cookware is like a step in the direction of making giant foods.
iMonk5, again, wants to know what everyone's least favorite foods are.
My least favorite food are peaches. Canned peaches. But even worse, artificial peaches.
I really dislike unripe bananas.
Peaches are bad. I think any situation where you could use a potato instead of a sweet potato, like why would you use a sweet potato? I'm not saying I don't like sweet potatoes. I do like them, but 9 times out of 10, use the potato.
I'm not a huge fan of salads, so it doesn't matter the type of salad. Macaroni salad, pasta salad, potato salad, fruit salad. I like mixed fruit, but I don't like fruit salads. They usually like have some sort of syrup and mixes the flavors together. Good salad.
I dislike anything opposite of a peach. Like a peach pie is perfect.
I don't like peas. I don't like those guys.
Rob wants to know how does it end?
It never does. We just keep going.
Mazgazine1 wants to know, are you going to do an Iggy related video / cooking episode? Please note, not cooking the Iggies.
We made dog treats once, and we could probably do something similar.
Gene for the win wants to know how the mushy peas tasted.
I haven't made them yet. They're still in my cabinet. Part of the problem is that Courtney hates peas. She really does.
That's all.
Okay, well, this has been a very informative time, and thank you for your patronage and your viewership and your butts.
Yeah, thanks for your questions. We look forward to the future.
Okay, well, on that note, have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Your butts.
Everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
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 Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
I gotta pee.
So I hope it's on camera that I took a...
Goodbye.
Oh, bye.
Goodbye.
Kevin, goodbye.
It probably is now. God.
Goodbye the fire.